Hi, this is Glenda, and I am very pleased to be back to crafting. I've spent the last few weeks going through my collection of books and magazines to do with craft that I've collected over 30 years, and I don't know that I've ever thrown anything out because it was all way too precious. So it has taken me ages. I even had some books dating back to the 1930s that were my grandmother's. I don't think I ever scanned. Well, what I've done is things that I wanted to keep I've scanned in so that they're all stored electronically. They're all in subdirectories and I can find them, hopefully. And I might start using some of these things because most of them I'd forgotten I'd ever read. So I've been discovering all these wonderful new things to try, and I haven't been able to try any because I knew if I stopped I'd lose momentum and I'd never get the job done. But it's done. I've cleared 3 fairly large shelves of books and magazines and lever arch folders, and they're gone. It's lovely. So hopefully now I can get on with some of the things that I've been learning or remembering, or whatever you want to call it. And this one is doily art, but before I do that I had several sheets of hints and tips, and one of them was cleaning your glue gun. So here's my grotty glue gun, and it said you have it hot and you use some vegetable oil. So I've raided the kitchen again for my craft supplies. You put some vegetable oil on your paper towel. Whoa. We'll find out together whether it works or whether it burns me or what it's going to do. And it's already getting hot through there. Well, yeah, maybe I'll just leave my glue gun brown. But I thought I'd try it because if it did come clean I wouldn't be able to do it again for a while, because it takes a while to build up that sort of brown gunk. So, oh, it's made a slight difference, but it really is getting hot through the paper towel. Yeah. Okay, so not all hints and tips that should have been saved, and that one didn't do much at all. I'll turn my glue gun off because I don't need it and I'll forget. Now I'm covered in vegetable oil, which is going to transfer to the cards. So I shall wipe my hands and be back. Okay, so to get back to these, there were 2 magazines. One was a McCall's. They were both from 1987, and I'll put a screenshot up of them. But the McCall's one showed fabric doilies cut up to make little images like this. And the second one was a crafts magazine, and it showed using paper doilies to make cards. And well, are they cards? No, they weren't. They were once again doily art, they called it. And it's funny, there's at least two ways of spelling doily, it would appear. One with an I and one with a Y. Anyway, so I'll show the crafts one as well. So I have been experimenting, and obviously you can do a plain white with your doily, which is effective, and you could do white on white, which would look good. I didn't want to make too many. This one I used one of the Lindy's two-tone ones. It wasn't a spray, it was a dabber one, but you could do it either way, so colouring your doily any way you like. This one I coloured the doily with metallic markers and with Wink of Stella pen. Love that pen. It's just a beautiful sparkle. And this is just a sticker coloured with alcohol marker. And then this one is the fabric. Well, it was lace, it wasn't a doily, it was lace, and it was all white, and I used my alcohol markers to colour bits of it before I stuck it down. But just because they had one that looked coloured like that, and I thought it's actually quite retro. But so anyway, that's those. The doilies I used, see, that's spelled D-O-Y-L-E-Y, and I never spell it that way, and yet both these packets are spelt that way, so I don't know whether it's an older way or an English way, and yet, you know, this article is D-O-I-L-Y, and I think I've spelt it D-O-I-L-L-E-Y on occasion, which is probably completely wrong. Anyway, so these were the two that I had. Be better if I showed you without the packet. And so you want to choose, the better quality doilies were easier to cut, because I had an old cheapo one of mine. These were my mother's. But, you know, they came in a packet of, I don't know, 20 or something like that. Mind you, when she bought it, it was 25 cents. Wouldn't get that now. And they were much nicer than this one, which I cut out the viney sort of bit on that, but it's much thinner and came in like a packet of 100 or 200, something like that. So for this, I would suggest a better quality doily if you can get it. And you want ones, this has obviously got leaves and flowers that you can cut out, and so has this, except they're more delicate. So try and choose your doilies where they're going to have something that's obvious for you, because a lot of them are just a lacy pattern and it doesn't really work for this. So you just, I mean, I've made what, 3 cards, and with the 2 doilies I've still got that left. I could still get a couple of cards out of it, so it's a mighty economical craft. But you just pick out what you consider to be a motive. So I would probably go, you know, around here and bring it round like that. Depends how big a piece you want, and little snips worked best. See, this one's actually a bit thick there. Usually you're just snipping one little bit. I think that might have actually been cut wrong in the first place, but because they're only doilies, the die cuts are not like something you would do out of your die cut machine. But yeah, you just work your way through and snip out what you consider to be a shape. So try and get rid of the little daggy bits on it so that they're nice, and, you know, pick some shapes. And I found for a lot of them I only needed 2 or 3 pieces to make it up. Like this one, there's 1, 2 out of the leaf one, and then 2, 3 single flowers. This one's only got 3 pieces in it. This one had, again, 3 pieces, and that's all you need. So although it started out feeling like it was really fiddly, it was actually quite quick once I worked out what I was doing. So I don't know if that's any use to anyone, but I feel like I'm gradually getting back into the swing of it, and hopefully I can do more crafting and more sharing, because I've never had such a long gap before. I was feeling guilty. So thank you for watching.